And up until this point, congratulations, you've fixed pipeline leakage that takes some business owners 7 to 10 to 12 years to figure out before they can actually franchise. Alright guys, hope you guys are having an amazing April. We're just going to get straight into it. This is how you're going to implement AI systems to either save you or make you $100,000 to $250,000 in monthly revenue each single month. And just to get you ready for the season, we're going to go ahead and offer, if you book a call in the description in the month of April and mention Virginia, we're going to go ahead and implement this system for you to try out for free for 14 days. 14 days, you're going to be able to try it out. If you're able to book double, if not triple, the jobs that you're booking right now, then we're going to give you your money back. Let's get straight into it. This is how AI systems are fixing pipeline leakage, right? So step one, you're going to run AI ads. If you're already marketing, if you're already speaking out loud to your community, just run ads and double down on what works. But what type of ads? You're going to run AI generated ads. But what type of ads? You're going to run AI generated video ads, and it's going to be very simple for you to grab. So you're just going to go to something like, I like to use Claude. It's the strongest for copywriting and getting people's attention. I work with my tree service contractor clients. I literally just go in here and tell Claude, hey Claude, I'm creating a video AI generated ad and need a banger script using the likes of Dan Kennedy and other master copywriters. This is where a lot of people refrain from doubling down on what works. Look, if people before you have already figured out how to get people to service with you, how to get people to book with you, why not just follow right behind their steps? Don't reinvent the wheel. So Dan Kennedy is a master copywriter, and I put other master copywriters because I want this system to act like they're an expert. To double down on what works, like I said, you are an expert. Return me a script I can plug into Arc Ads. And I'm about to get into what Arc Ads is exactly, but I want to show you guys how to create a banger script that converts, right? Videos tend to do just as well as pictures, or not even sometimes better, but I still like using static images to run my ads. They work just as fine as well. What doesn't really work right now in 2025, or might not be working as hard as it used to, is the whole before and after. The whole before and after, unless you're like actually recording a video that's like satisfying, like that hook is satisfying, then it's just going to die out within a week, right? You may get leads the first week, but people are going to be tired of seeing the same before and after. So you're just going to take this and copy it. And then the next step would be to simply go on a website like Arc Ads, which Arc Ads generates these AI one-to-one videos. So just grab that prompt, right? Just plug it in and you'll be able to get AI generated videos. This is kind of what they sound like.
Block useless emails and stop spam in one tap. This is the most used email cleaner. Download it for free.
Try Starry AI app yourself. Ready to level up your photo game? Let this app work its magic and turn your pics into pure perfection.
Right, so that's how they're going to sound and look like. You can obviously add any editing templates you want to add yourself. Like if you're doing a lot of flashes like before and afters, this would be perfect to add to your ads. And you're just pretty much going to let them run for a couple of weeks and you're just going to be bringing in leads. People are more prone to actually press something that looks like them. So if you're getting demographics like your community, you know, there's a lot of old ladies, etc., that do like a book meeting or some sort of what is it called? It's called gardening and nursery, I think. It's like a community activity, right? In my community at least. And, you know, these old ladies collect themselves, they garden, but they need some people to provide the mulch. They need people to provide the plants, etc. So they just outsource landscapers. And if they have people outreaching to the old community saying, hey, we'll offer you to bring the mulch, we'll offer to bring you out the shovels and just the tools, and we'll just monitor, right? That's like an untapped niche at the moment. But you got to go hit the big communities. So use AI ads to create ads that look like them, or essentially the old ladies, and you're gonna be able to run those on Meta. And what Meta is pretty much, you know, you just run your ads Instagram, on Facebook, etc., and you use forms like this. You use forms that are willing to entice people, reel them in, right? Give them something visionary. And then that brings us into a second system, which up until this point, you now have people coming in through your doors. I asked my Uber driver today if he knew a little bit about AI, because he was asking me this ridiculous question. And I was like, just ask AI, just ask ChatGPT to do that, right? And they were like, I have no idea what that is. So, you know, if you're on a channel like this, you're 100% early. you're more likely to scale farther than your competitor if you just implement AI systems today. But this second system is bringing in more than 1,000 leads at one time, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So you're going to take all your information, your community-based information, and you're going to go ahead and generate a pipeline. So this is a secondary pipeline where you only have to do it maybe once a week, once a month, actually. And depending on how much you actually export, you might only have to do it once a quarter, because you can take those leads that you've already spoken out to, reached out to, and you can keep reactivating them. All right, and I would like to mention Apify is completely free to use. I don't get paid anything by telling you guys this, but it is 100% beneficial. You are using it at least quarterly. You're going to be able to reactivate any leads that actually do reach out back to you, and it's all done on autopilot. You get $5 of free usage, as you guys can see at the bottom left, with 8 gigabytes of memory, and that's anywhere from 800 to 1,000 leads that if they reach out to you via the autopilot system, you're going to be able to bank on them and either reactivate them or just service them that same week. It's a lot of gibberish we're looking, but if we just niche it down and explain it very well for you guys, we're just pretty much going to go search terms, location, number of places, and any extra, filters you want to look into. So start with search terms. So if you're doing something like tree clients or tree removal or landscaping, etc., you're trying to find people that are either willing to service with you or they're just businesses, right? This would work 100% best for commercial, right? If you're moving more into the commercial space and you're franchising, this would be great. Just go ahead and put something in like, I'm trying to reach out to people looking for landscaping and or landscapers in my niche. So I would put landscapers. I would put tree removal. That's who I implement these systems to. Specifically tree or arborists, tree climbers, etc. I would put arborists. And then a fourth one, you could put as many as you like. I get the best results just putting it like this. Obviously, you go more deep down, you're going to get stronger clientele. But, anyone who's in this landscape, anyone who does tree removal or arborists, they can benefit from my system. So I just leave it like this. Maryland. I would put the state right here in the location, just the state. You can go very niche now, like as in a county, but we're going to probably do, let's say, let's do Arkansas. And then how many numbers are you going to extract, like how many places, etc. So we're going to do maybe 200 profiles. Let's see if we can do that. I don't want it to take very long. I did have it take like 20 minutes last time I did 200, so let's do 100. Language, let's just do English, right? And then these are like more in-depth settings. Places, you can just do landscaper, or like what type of broad or what type of category you're looking into. Get the exact same matches, leave it blank. The stars, you want them to have at least 2.5 stars. Additional pricing details, so keep scrape details off, scrape table reservations off, include web results, yes. That just means include web pages. You want these companies' web pages. You don't just want to be reaching out to them without doing a little bit of research. Contacts enrichment, keep it off. Reviews, keep it off. Add-on images, keep it off. Keep defined search area, everything off in there. Google Maps, don't add anything there. They'll do it for you. And then for scraping places without the search terms or URLs, just keep it off. It's going to tell you at the bottom your run options. Keep everything here the same. Just click save and start. And it's going to give me a list of 100 business profiles on Google Maps that if we're moving into more of the commercial area and we're franchising, we can easily reach out to them via an AI cold caller on outbound. It's going to cost us pennies on the dollar, and we're going to be able to book them left and right, or at least get to a decision maker so we can take their information, reactivate them in a couple of weeks, and just see how they're doing. Excuse me. I do like to tell a lot of clients that customer service is expected in 2025. So this is exactly the type of systems we put in place. So you never have to follow up with scammers or people trying to sell insurance or just unqualified leads that are just looking for like quotes and estimates. You don't have to deal with any of that if you have a caller picking up the calls or outbounding. So as you guys can see, it already started, but I did max out my memory. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and stop this and click abort because we have information. So now you'd be able to export them. If you have 200, export 200. If you only have 2 like myself, I ran it for like 30, or I ran it for 2 minutes, sorry. Just export the 2 results and then you'll get a file that looks like this. And if we just wait for it to load up, with this file, you're gonna go ahead and ask ChatGPT to clean it up for you. It's free, and because it just looks crazy. And now you're gonna take this crazy looking Excel sheet and you're just gonna go ahead and pop that into Julius.ai. It's completely free to sign up, guys, and it's gonna clean up the rows exactly how you like it to. So I just recommend you put website, name, phone number, and extra info, and it'll give you something like this. You export it. Obviously Excel will take care of fixing every single one of them, but you just export the format that you want it into. And then after that, you're pretty much done with the lead scraping. You're gonna have a caller now take every single one of these calls, right? You have a list of leads, just reactivate them with something like Synthflow. It's literally an infinite money glitch. And you run this system on autopilot, right? You obviously just click run one time, maybe quarterly, weekly, monthly, however much you want to be aggressive with your clients and the caller. And you're bringing in money every single week. So now if these people are not picking up the phone, or they're picking up the phone but they're not booking and they're showing slight of interest, so you want to make sure you know where everyone is at, right? So having an AI appointment setter, like the caller, like I was mentioning, is very crucial to this entire system. Your team has to be able to set appointments, and if they cannot, you might as well give them to an AI caller that sounds just like a human. And I actually am going to show you how to fine-tune a caller. So we're going to be using something like, here, let's have this load up real quick. So we're going to be using something like Synthflow, and you're going to be using a dialed in prompt. If you go ahead and comment AI in the comment section, I'll go ahead and send you this exact prompt, or you can just screenshot it off my page. Other than that, I just love to connect with you guys and just see how you're using AI in your system today. You're going to have this caller book them onto either your Google Calendar, or you're going to have them book them onto your Go High Level calendar. And it's going to be very, very easy to set up. Very easy to set up. So let's show you exactly what the Synthflow system looks like. I have one right here. This is for my own business, and it was a dummy that we were running. But what I want to show you guys is the prompt. You have a greetings message, and then after that, you give it objective and you give it personality and features, any features that you want. So just to go over it real vague, objective is what you want it to do. So I wanted to convert my Facebook ads into booked appointments for Tactical Treat Pipeline. I want it to be very directive, like understand, this is what you're talking about. You need to make sure you know what you're talking about. Obviously, you give it knowledge bases and you give it a brain. Have a full Mastermind Synthflow video coming out very soon, so it'll go more in depth on this. Then you want it to automatically hang up as well. In the feature section, you want it to automatically hang up if it's insurance, or if it's like a cold caller trying to reach to a director of planning. You want to make sure if it's spam detected, it's hanging up. You're not wasting any more pennies. This is a very, very simple prompt. It's very dialed in though, because it gets really specific on how aggressive you want it to be. Go ahead and leave the comment AI, and I'll go ahead and send it to you. And up until this point, congratulations, you've fixed pipeline leakage that takes some business owners 7 to 10 to 12 years to figure out before they can actually franchise. And it's horrible because there's so much overhead they're spending, but their client per acquisition rates are through the roof. So it completely stops them from ever being able to franchise, which absolutely sucks in the game. The faster you're able to franchise and get more teams out in more areas, that's how you're going to be able to remove yourself from the business and be able to just automate it entirely. Right now, when you look at it in the AI aspect of 2025 that we're moving into, it's really exciting to look at, because 78% of leads go to the first company that replies. 40% of service-based businesses miss calls after 5 p.m. and AI can literally follow up 5 times faster than any receptionist you have. It works 24/7, so you never have to give it a break, or it never talks back and complains to you. There's no extra staff needed. And if we just break it down bullet point by bullet point, 78% of leads actually going to the first company just means that people are just asking for quotes, right? You don't want to deal with that as a business owner. You know your prices. You know that you want to be able to be compensated for the work that you do. You do great quality work. So avoid being on the call with people that are just not willing to pay top dollar. Like, the high end ticket clients are the ones you want to be making long-term relationships with. And then 40% of service-based businesses miss calls after 5 p.m. Yeah, I've had people reach out to me at like 10, 11. It's completely normal in our day and age. People just get out later than other people. People just, have systems in place. Like, maybe they go to the gym, etc. Like, you can't be just expecting the call hours to be up until 5 p.m. It reduces your profits. A good way I like to put it is that, let's say your average job is anywhere from $650 to $1,000, and you're having 40 potential interests or leads. That's like maybe 40 lead forms submitted, or just it's split down the middle between lead forms and just calls via Google SEO. Let's say 40 of those are calling out, but you're only booking about maybe 10 to 13-ish. You're putting in maybe $6,500 to $8,000 in your pocket, but you're missing out upwards of 18 grand. Usually it's like 15 to 18 grand in booked appointments every single week because you're not following up with your clients. It's outrageous, but it's the name of the game in 2025. So just because you believe that, big time companies franchise, don't think that they don't have systems that allow them to franchise. You have to implement something like this eventually if you're just going to want to be overseeing regions. And this is a simple system you implement one time. Like I mentioned, there's a link in the description. We set it up for you one time. We stick with you as a partnership for 3 months. And then you have systems like this that, because you put your foot in the door, because you took action and you positioned your business that was either falling under or was just bottlenecking every single month, you're now able to actually stay ready to scale, keep your workers working for the next 3 to 6 months. And you're looking at anywhere from 50 to 100,000 monthly profits. Now that would be more like 250K generated revenue, but it would be more like 50 to 100K month profits, which is insane. Just because the time gap that it takes you to scale is always going to be exponential with AI. Every couple of months, there's new LLMs, which is just, think of it like there's new ChatGPTs, there's new DeepSeeks, there's new softwares basically that make your life easier. We're so early into the game right now. If you are watching this video right now, you probably have a better chance of succeeding than if you were someone selling shovels back in the gold rush. It's that easy to just succeed and create enterprise wealth by simply adding AI systems. So I would just like to bring it. We charge usually $4.99 for that AI audit evaluation call. It's fully free. Go ahead and take advantage of that. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys one more bonus step that's going to 100% increase your conversion rates on your funnel. If up until this point you don't understand what a funnel is in 2025, that's perfectly okay. It's really just how your clients see you when they see you the first time, and where they actually interact at, and where they book on the calendar. And then obviously you come in with, your customer service that's expected in 2025, and you close them, you fulfill. So as a bonus step, you're going to want to integrate something like a chatbot, an automated chatbot, right? You can 1000% book leads strictly from people texting you. I know it sounds insane, but that's how advanced we are right now. So you can have either the chatbot on your website, you can have the chatbot on your phone as an SMS bot, you can have the chatbot on, there's Messenger as well, and WhatsApp, and there's email as well, which is really fire. People still use email in 2025, and that's 100%. We're here for it. Like my team is here for it. So use something like BotPress, push it onto your website, and understand that this chatbot is going to be tasked with frequent asked questions. So qualifying those leads, making sure that they're not just looking for either a quote or to sell insurance, etc. They're going to book the appointments. They're going to do live transferings to live representatives. So if they need to speak to a project director right now, they can 100% do that. A lot of times it's just qualifying leads. People still ask for quotes from a bunch of different companies, and that's perfectly fine. Just you being able to respond to them, that gives you a better advantage at the scenario, because they're sending so many messages out to companies asking for quotes. So whoever's at the top of their messages, which would be you because you're using a chatbot, will actually have much more chances than booking that client. So when you book someone on the calendar, it literally just takes that information, pushes it onto your calendar or a go high level calendar. You can use something like Make or Zapier, etc. It's very, very dialed in, and in the end, you get systems that run on autopilot. You only have to go in there and check your calendar, and it puts you in a position that where you're ready to franchise, you're ready to move into more regions. And where we come in really as, you know, a no-brainer is that if you are ever to go to franchise to another business, another region, we're going to go ahead and just duplicate your original settings and just push it onto that other franchise. Of course, we'll ask you if it's okay, everything looks fine. We'll fix the numbers, the emails, etc. And now you have another business using the same AI systems. We took your business to 250K monthly generated revenue. And all we did was just copy it over, set it up for you, make sure it runs good for you. And that's pretty much the name of the game in 2025. So if you're not using AI systems, I highly urge you take the advantage of this free discovery call in the description. And this has been how you're going to fix pipeline leakage in 2025. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around, and I hope you're going to have a great year this year. It's a new era. We're in a new time, so take advantage of it.